think if Billy's team got a lot of women, it will lead more to complicated.
So hi guys, welcome back to this episode of Mixed It Up Talks, okay? Where we have today, I'm Azlan, and with me,
Edo.
okay, Edo, so what we gonna talk today?
So we are going to touch on the movie called The Internship, and we're going to ask a series of questions to our interviewees and see how they can relate that movie to their leadership skills or anything about organizational behavior. So, shall we get into it?
Let's go!
You closed the company?
Everything's computerized now. Face it, you're dinosaurs.
Nick, I got it. Google. You got us a job at Google.
Well, not a job. It's an internship that could lead to a job.
Welcome to Google. We're looking at some sort of mental Hunger Games against a bunch of genius kids for just like a handful of jobs.
Yo, Sonic, it's Lyle, one of the team managers. Pound me. Come on, bro. Fist me. Get up in there.
That's definitely not right.
The red paddle indicates no, green paddle, yes. Having a beer with your boss.
You want to grab a cold one with me? You let me know.
I will not be grabbing a cold one with you.
You get high?
Your job? Find the bug.
Why don't the two of you guys go and find the programmer?
His name is Charles Xavier.
He's a professor.
He's in a wheelchair.
Charles Xavier?
You found me out. Cyclops, Rogue, we're all here. Now, I want to share some of my wisdom with you.
Oh my God! Professor Xavier's a total...
Okay guys, welcome back to this episode. Alright, so how about the trailer that we watched before? Is it fun? Alright, so today we have special guests, okay? We are gonna welcoming our two special guests, Mondi and Zia.
Hi Azlan. Thanks for inviting us too.
Thank you.
Okay, now we move to our first questions, alright? So the first question sounds like big guy, big dream and big mouth, okay? This statement is actually referred to Billy. So, Zia, what do you think about this?
I think the statement just now, big guy, big dream
and big mouth.
And big mouth, yes. I think I agree it's Billy.
Why? Why do you think so?
The reason why I said that is because he's tall and then he got a big mouth, but he also got a big vision.
I see. So, the big mouth itself sounds good or not? Like, you know that from the movie, that Billy is actually kind of the motivator in a team.
Yes.
So do you think the big mouth is actually referred to motivator?
For me, it's 50-50.
50-50.
The first 50 is like, it's helping the team, but at the same time, the other 50 kind of distracting them on the task itself.
I see. Alright, so that's all for the first questions. Alright, so we now move to the second questions, where we're gonna ask Mondi. Alright, hi Mondi.
Hi.
Okay, so for the second questions, okay, the question sounds like, if Billy teams is consists of more women, what do you think?
I think if Billy's team got a lot of women, it will lead more to complicated, because you know women's is always say that there are rights, and the fact that in the movie, if I'm not mistaken, Niha is always against the Billy's word. So yeah, I think it will lead to bad thing.
So, do you think, is it women suitable being a leader or not?
I'm sorry, but I think no, because as the fact, since long ago, and even our principal is a man, our country is led by a man. So yeah, I don't need to say anything. You guys already know. Oh yeah, before that, I'm sorry if my words hurts the women. It's the fact our camera woman.
Yes.
Is a woman. So sorry.
So that's all from their perspective of two questions. Now we're gonna ask for the last questions. Are you ready? Yes. Okay, so for the last questions, okay, from throughout the movie, okay, what the leadership value that you can gain from the dynamic relationship between Billy and Nick, and how this insight gonna be applied in real world situations in organizations.
I think I can answer your question just now. The lessons on leadership that can be earned from Billy and Nick in the movie is communication. The reason why I said that is because with communication, you can calm things down when things are not in your way or in a mess, let's say that. The other thing is, with communication, you can make your team more organized and more motivated. When your team is organized and motivated, the problems or things that are not going your way, you can find a solution together as a team.
Okay, so for Mondi, alright, since you see that Billy is being the motivator in the team, also same with Nick. So do you think that the ability in handling people is good for being a group leader? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it is a must ability for you to be a leader, to control all your employees, to make sure all of them doing the works together, and everything you have to communicate. If you think your tasks have a lot than the others, you have to communicate.
Okay, so thank you Fozia and Mondi, right, for answering my questions.
Welcome to the girls segment. So today you are joined with
me, Nia, and Zyrene. Thank you, Ido, for having us.
So, on to the first question. Simple one. Did you enjoy the movie?
Yeah, it was quite interesting. What do you think, Zyrene?
Yeah, I love it. It's a good comedy movie.
So I'll try to relate the questions with some of the scenes that you've seen in the movie. So the first one is that we see their team, Billy and Nick's team, participating in the first challenge, something about debugging. And we see that Billy and Nick really didn't contribute technically, but they did try to motivate their team. So, onto the question, is Billy and Nick a good motivator towards the team? Did you think that they made an impact?
In my opinion, since it was their first challenge, I didn't think that they knew how to work or they knew anyone in their team, because they were all just leftovers. Like, when everybody teamed up, they were all asking about their experiences, but Billy and Nick were just ex-salesmen. So I just feel like, as friendly as they were trying to be, they were trying their best to be motivators, but their group mates were thinking that they're not a useful members in the team as how they are.
So like they're not valuable to the team.
Yeah, because all they do is just like, why are they telling us to keep going and keep going? Why are they not doing and contributing at the same time? Yeah.
So what about Zyrene? Do you have any thoughts that you want to add, or?
I agree. I think Billy and Nick, they're a good motivator, but their lack of expertise, they don't really know how to react to the work.
Gotcha. So those were great answers, guys. Now we're gonna move on to the second question, which is, throughout the movie and throughout the challenges, we see this young contestant named Graham, if I'm not mistaken, and this Graham guy always he keeps looking down on Billy and Nick just because of they're old. So onto the real question, does age perception contributes to ageism?
I agree, it is contribute, because as you can see, the moment they step in, everyone's like, why are they going in as in internship? Because as we all know, internship is for the mostly youngsters. They feel like those two men they don't have experience and they are unprofessional and not smart, so I feel like they were judging them based on their looks and also how old they were, clearly.
So you want to add on, Nia?
I think that, who's that guy's name again? Graham, right? I feel like he was so full of himself, kind of, because
he kind of is.
It's not really that nice to judge a book by its cover, because you never know. Just because by age, you never know what they're good at. I mean, like, they live longer, even though the youngsters nowadays are more modernized and more experienced with the technology and stuff. Doesn't mean that older adults have less experience, because they live longer, and yeah, most probably they have more experience in different fields too.
So throughout the movie, we see this dynamic between Billy and Nick. So question is, what leadership skills that you've picked up in them, and how can you apply it to your real life?
I think communication skill. I love the way Billy and Nick constantly communicate with their teammates not to give up, and they are also a good motivator. They have a good spirit, contributing for their teams, even though they are not professional enough, but they do help in a way. That is something I think every leader should look forward in a team. Yeah.
So communication skill is very, very important to you.
Yep.
So Nia, you looked a bit skeptical while Zyrene was explaining. We're gonna see if you have any opposing arguments that you would like to make, or any leadership skills that you don't really agree on, but then you can't deny that it's there.
I mean, I do agree, but I just feel like communication skills is an important role. I mean, in a person or in anyone, I think that communications is in everyone. Everyone has that. But I feel like instead of just communications, I feel like Billy and Nick really cared for their group mates a lot because they realized from the first day that they came, as I mentioned, they felt like they were a burden because they couldn't really do anything, right? And then I just feel like Billy and Nick just wants the best for them, their group mates, because they've been bullied by this Graham guy, you know? And I feel like Nick has the most leadership skills rather than Billy.
Interesting, why?
Yeah, because there was this one scene where Billy gave up and because he felt like he let down the whole team because they lost one challenge and he did one mishap where he didn't record his challenge even though he was doing a good job, but it didn't count. So even though he was leading the team to winning, but it didn't cause as a win because he messed up and then he felt bad. So why did he give up? You know? He shouldn't give up. Nick didn't give up. So he should always just keep trying even though he messed up. His roommates didn't get mad at him. They were like, it's okay. Because even though they won the first challenge, they don't have to win all the time.
That is really insightful.
So we can see from the movie itself, there are lots of values that we can take. They also have so many situations that we can look, and you know, the conflict also from the movie we can like avoid if we do something right. And also as a motivator, you need to know like you don't have to give up. Just keep moving and doing. Just do it until you success. Alright, so that's all for today's session.